Get your booty to the pole, 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 yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
So, you really not gonna vote? You know it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? Check it.
A district attorney decides who to prosecute,
including whether or not to go after dirty cops.
Do you know who elects the DA? We do, but you don't want to vote.
Can't make it rain if you locked up on some bullshit.
Want trades and coding taught in our schools?
Then vote for the school boards that will prepare us for the job market.
Want to end cash bail?
Well, then vote for the sheriffs and county officials that feel the same way you do.
But you talking about, they gonna pick who they gonna pick, shawty.
Ferguson just elected their first Black mayor.
You know how that happened?
It's clear Black lives don't matter to some of our current elected officials.
If they matter to you, then don't let other people decide who's gonna run your community. Get your booty to the poll. Get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll.
Get your vote, yeah, vote, stretch.
For information on how and where to vote, as well as resources to find out who's running where you live, go to getyourBootyToThePoll.com.
Get your booty to the pole, get your booty to the pole, get your booty.
I'm speechless. I know the first time I seen that, I had to watch multiple times because I couldn't believe it. Like, as great as it is, to use whatever methods that you have or can, to get people to get out to the polls to go vote. Use them. You know what I'm saying? Use them. I guess essentially it would be no different than what I do here. Like, I have a platform where, I have a opportunity to, talk to you guys and, sorry, I can't get my mic together today, to, talk to you guys and have some discussion. And, so because of that, why shouldn't strippers, I don't know who funded it or whatever, but, why wouldn't they be able to, do the same? So a lot of people had grief with it, not here, of course, but a lot of people had tons and tons of grief when that thing came out because I guess most people couldn't understand why somebody would put out something like that. But if it gives people attention, which it got picked up by some of the bigger news networks, then job well done. And if that gets a couple guys to get out and vote based off of an ad that they seen here, then so be it. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to get results, get stuff done. So yeah, man. So thanks for joining me for another episode of Politics. This is episode 28, I want to say 28 maybe. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the Trump coronavirus stuff. It's all that seems to be going on right now. No, sorry, not all that seems to be going on, but it's always like the biggest news story. We just talk about it so much that it's kind of crazy. But this week we have a new spin, a new slight spin on a news cycle, and that Trump's nominee for the Supreme Court is currently in Congress going through the Judicial Committee, answering questions and finding out information about her and her views and all these questions and asking her stance about stuff and everything. Like, they're just literally just going through everything with her background and what things that she that's kind of been um, not risky, but questionable in her past, and everything is drawn down party lines, which at this point everybody would should assume that it would be anyway. So Democrats are grilling her, Republicans throwing her nice softballs. Um, she's not really answering any questions on either side. She don't really have to because Republicans got numbers, and they want her in there, then she'll be in there, and that's just kind of that. So, but yeah, I'm hopeful because we don't really have a choice, Um, Supreme Court, like once you become a Supreme Court justice, it's a lifetime. I want to say membership. It's a lifetime position appointment. So you'll never have to worry about, pissing somebody off or not being yourself or being as mean or being as ruthless as you want to be. Like you literally can do whatever you want to do once you reach that position, because there's no removing you. Lifetime appointment. So, which brings me to my second point, which is term limits, something I've been talking about in the past. I don't understand it. I don't understand why term limits are not a part of every section of government where you have to elect people. There's no reason why you can be in the Senate for 30 years, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why you can be a mayor for 15 years or like whatever position. Any elected position shouldn't be able to do that position forever, because as society change, as the world turns, if you will, people in my state stay the same. People are set in their ways. They don't have as fresh ideas as you would hope they would. I mean, it's a proven fact. I don't care if you Democrat or Republican or independent or whatever. As you get older, you get more set in your ways, and you don't think as outside of the box as you used to, or as much as you would like to, or whatever, because you are older and you set in your ways. So, term limits, including Supreme Court justices, should definitely be something that should be on the table. It's kind of so important to, like, in general, but to me, that like that's something that would turn me into a one issue voter. It's not the only thing that would turn me into a one issue voter, but I would strongly have to look at a candidate or a Senate majority leader or something that would take a look at installing term limits for every government position, especially federal, but locally, locally as well. There's no reason why, you get these people that's representatives for, a million years. And don't get me wrong, not all of them are bad. Not all of them are being complacent or whatever. But sometimes you got to get new ideas, new energy in there. Sometimes, with doing that means you constantly have to be grooming the next group of people, like constantly grooming the people that's going to take your positions, the people that's going to come up next. So then you actually get these parties to go out to some of these communities and actually involve the community in the process of policy, like getting familiar and interested in politics, because right now it's none of it, like not even a little bit. I remember talking about it on an episode sometime over the summer in regards to like why they're not like party centers where you can go and they can walk you through, how to sign up, how to make laws, like how to put stuff up on the books, how to run a campaign, you know, to back you or at least give you information or somebody to talk to as far as like running for a position. Something that you guys will see when you go vote. I'm assuming everywhere, but specifically closer to where I live, you'll see on the ballot is going to be plenty, and I do mean plenty of people that's going to be running unopposed, which is going to be them on the ballot with nobody on the other side. So when it's stuff like that, like, I don't know if they're Democrats or Republicans, depending on the position or whatever, but there's no reason why somebody should be running unopposed unless like the person that they was running against die or something like that. Other than that, there's no reason why anybody should feel like they don't have to actually put forth effort because I'm going to win because there's nobody running against me. Like, that's absurd, man. I can't understand it at all. It's something that pissed me off. Like on both sides, like like I said, I don't know if it's, I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat. Like when you run opposed and you don't have to do anything to adhere yourself to the public, the people that's actually electing you, then it's an issue. You know what I'm saying? So in those cases when people are running unopposed, I don't even fill in a bubble. Like I'm not going to vote Democrat or Republican for somebody who's running unopposed. Because one, you're going to win anyway. You don't need to vote. And two, like you probably haven't done anything to deserve my vote because you already knew he's going to win. So it's kind of like, what's the point? Andrew said most of my ballot was that way. Yeah, it's why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like why? And I think it comes down to what I was just saying as far as term limits. If you got somebody that's super influential, that's maybe been in there forever and they've been winning handily, and now people feel like, well, there's no point even running against this judge or no sense running against this person because they're more than likely going to win because they've been in that position forever. That still doesn't sit well with me. So term limits is just a giant issue. Erica said, what's the topic? So I played a video at the beginning. I don't think nobody was here when it played, but just about encouraging people to vote. I'll play the video again at the end of the show. So just kind of riffing on that, but started talking about the Supreme Court Justice nominee that's coming in, that's currently in Congress getting grilled sometimes, and has been, super nice to other times. So, just going through that process and talking about how, this is just a process that has to be done. But like the Republicans have the votes, so they're going to, like, she's going to be in there, like, no matter what. Like, all this is just extra work to slow it down or whatever. Just slow it down for a couple of days, but they'll vote her in, and she'll be in just after the election, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's all nonsense. Like they're just doing stuff to do it. You know what I'm saying? To go through the paces, but Republicans want her in there. She'll be in there. They don't have enough people to stop it. Eric said my voice sound deeper. Do it. If it sound like weird or whatever, let me know. I'll switch to a different mic. Regina said that she voted. Good. And I know Angel voted today. Regina, on your ballot, did you have a lot of people in your area, or on your ballot? Did you have a lot of people that did not have somebody they were running against? Like, was it were you just running? All right, I'll switch it. It's gonna make it sound like I'm far away. How does that sound? Let me know how that sounds. Yeah, Regina. So did you have a bunch of people on your ballot that ran unopposed? Because that's what we were just talking about now. Was a bunch of people that. Okay. But it was just a bunch of people that's running with nobody to run against them, and how important setting term limits are for these government positions. That shouldn't just be the presidency. Like, do anybody know why the president can only serve 8 years in the office? Like, do any of you guys know? Erica's right. It does happen every election. But why though? Like, why? It's a ridiculous reason. Like I said before, that I don't like on some of these positions. Like, I don't know if it's a Republican judge or a Democrat judge or whatever. But why are you running unopposed? Like, why? Why is there nobody? You tell me nobody in the opposite party, whatever that may be, thinks differently than you, or nobody else wants that seat? Is that what you're telling me? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, if the system is so serious and they want people to take it serious, why aren't these two giant parties constantly having somebody that's battling for whatever seat it is in government, or constantly grooming somebody to take, like to be the next person to step up? Yeah, I don't know. Like, we don't have that, and it's frustrating because this is the powerful policy or the powerful thing they try to pervade to voters. Like, this system matters and all this stuff, but when you got people that's running unopposed, like, how much could it really matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever party. Like, how much could it really matter if if people are running unopposed? Regina said 3 lines of people on the front, levies on the back, only 2 that didn't have people running against each other. I think on mine, I want to say 3, maybe 4 people, definitely 3, maybe 4 people who didn't have anybody on the other side. And those are the people that I just don't vote. Like, I just won't fill nothing in. Like I said earlier, these are people that, you're running against yourself, so you don't really have to do anything. You already assured a victory, so you don't have to do anything for the votes. It just is what it is. Like, you won already. It's just a matter of time. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan though of people running unopposed. So Angel said no I believe in regards to why the president only serves 2 terms, or why the president only serves 8 years. Does anybody else know why? Like, because I'm telling you, it's a very stupid reason. If you don't know why, give me your best guess as to why you can figure the president only gets 2 terms. Why they only get 8 years for the presidency, but no other position in government have a term limit. Like, give me your best shot of why you think that is. Because when I tell you the real reason, you're probably gonna be like it's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense. Virginia said I didn't fill it out either. They were by themselves. Um, yeah, I wouldn't. Like, what? You know, why would you? Um, Brian Granberry said Trump voters are turning out. That's not true. They're not. Not yet, at least. Virginia said no. I remember we learned in school, but I forgot. Chanel said keep things fair. I guess I don't know. Erica said it used to be where the president could serve longer than 4 to 8 years. I think they put a cap on it. Virginia said keep power from being fair. And Andrew said, is it so Republicans and Democrats can take turns leading? No. All you guys are wrong. There's really some good guesses. In all honesty, like probably some stuff that would make sense where, you know, you kind of give at least somebody an opportunity, like from the other side. But the one and only reason why presidents only serve 2 terms, like I don't know who arbitrarily made up the number that a term will be 4 years, but whoever did that, that has nothing to do with it. But so George Washington, after he won the first election, he was appointed, I guess, as the president. He won the second election handily, and they asked him if he wanted to run for a third term, and he said no. So they're like, okay, well, we'll cap the number at 2 terms for the president. That's 8 years, and that's it. That's it. Because George Washington said, I don't want to do a third term, so they made it a law that presidents can only serve 2 terms. Like, it has nothing to do with all of those good reasons that you guys put out there that would make sense, that would, you know, like the stuff that y'all said would make sense in any government position. And the fact that they don't use it as that, like they didn't take that and apply it to the entire government. Like everybody in government can only serve 2 terms. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just because George Washington said, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I want to relax. I've been fighting wars and running this weird country, and now I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to sit back and enjoy my slaves. And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. It's just 2 terms. So have fun with that. Brian said, make America great again. Us. I don't know. Make us great again. Make us in America great again. I don't know. He's trolling out here in these streets. Trump 2020 and Biden 2020 and Obama who said Brian Granberry. You know who. He's just mad because Trump ain't sending no money. And they're going to send nothing until after the election. So good luck. But yeah, so that's it. That's the only reason why a president gets 2 terms. And I don't know why. And nowhere else in government is there a term limit. And I think that's one of the most overlooked things like in this country, in the political system, is the fact that you can run for whatever position for 1,000 years. It's just not, it's just not fair for a changing society for, the young people that's going to be running the country coming up in a few years. Like, you don't have a shot for some of these places. And even locally, what's the one? Look at her judge. Her name real fast. There's a judge here in town who consistently runs unopposed because she's like what's his name, man? So the judge's name is Angela Stokes, and she's like the daughter or the granddaughter of Like Louis Stokes was like the first black mayor in Cleveland. You know, he got all his influence and his name is on a bunch of buildings and stuff. But because that's his granddaughter or his daughter or whoever, I don't even really know the connection, but she runs opposed year after year when, you know, it's kind of universally agreed that she's I don't want to say a bad judge, but she don't have the interest of her community, or like she got a kind of a track record like a Kamala Harris, where she put a bunch of black people in jail and all this stuff. And I'm not saying that black people should just be let out of jail, you know, saying because whatever, but you know, it's like no leeway, it's no understanding. Like it's like bringing a hammer down on top of everybody. So if everybody kind of universally agree, or the people agree that, you know, they don't have their best interests at heart, but she runs unopposed year after year. Like nobody runs for her seat. You know, she's been doing that forever. You know, I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. Erica, it's funny that you said that. Erica said, ditch Mitch. You know, we're not in Kentucky, but the Kentucky Senate race is important, so you guys keep an eye on it. The Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is running for re-election. From what I've watched, like some of their debates, seems like the lady's running against a lady that she seems to be have her head on straight, but you know, that doesn't always pan out, so we'll see how it goes, but definitely keep an eye on that one. Regina said, on a serious note, I just wanted to ask if the slogan is Make America Great Again 2020. How was the last 4 years great? I don't get it. Doesn't need to be great to be great. Doesn't it need to be great again? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if that's the official slogan. I think the official slogan is Keep America Great, but they still say Make America Great Again. Like they still wear MAGA hats, which, like you said, is completely ridiculous because if it's still not great after 4 years, then like, what does that tell you? You know, so I don't know exactly what the slogan is officially, but if that is the case, then that's just even people are even stupider than I already feel like they are. Erica said they're still going to vote for his ass. Probably, you know, this is Kentucky. You know, I don't follow Kentucky politics all like that. Like I don't know anything about the lady that he's running against, but you know, like I said, Mitch McConnell is another person that's been in that seat for a long time. And then when he wasn't in that seat, like eventually he got voted back into it, and like he's just been doing it forever and ever. Term limits would stifle like somebody got those deep political roots like that has these interests in companies and just all these hidden agendas. Like it just completely eliminate that possibility if you constantly having somebody new, somebody younger, somebody with new ideas or different backgrounds or whatever, constantly able to move up into that position. It's only right. You know, and let me take that back because I'm not even saying that you got to be younger to run for like some of these positions, but if you're an old man or if you're 50 and you want to run for the first time for Senate, like I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about whatever your age is. It's about not being in the system so long that you forget what the people that you're supposed to be working for wants or need. Like that's what I'm about, is making it fair, making sure you remember who you're working for and not saying like I'm gonna spend my time in office to get reelected. Like my like forget working for them. My goal is to get reelected and reelected and reelected, and that becomes your job when you try to become a career politician like some of these people do. It's just bad. So I'm gonna roll this video one more time on my way out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I thought it was pretty funny. Just a reminder for people to get out there and go vote. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Reminder: no show for us on Sunday. No big show on Sunday. I'll see you guys a week from right now on politics next week. Find out what's going on. Find out once our new justice is going to be part of the Supreme Court, because like I said, I have no doubts that she will be. And yeah, man, that's it. So y'all be safe out there. Y'all need anything, let us know. Erica said, the closer we get to November, the more stress I get. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything right now. I'm completely numb to it because I don't want to get excited, even though I see these numbers and stuff. But I'm also not going to just concede and be like, oh, Trump can just do whatever he want to do. I'm not going to let it stress me out, because it kind of is what it is. Even more important than winning the presidency is flipping the Senate, getting the Senate and the House to be blue. That's more important than the presidency. But yeah, it still doesn't make me happy at all. Jenna said, I like that we can track the votes, then Trump can say it's fixed for sure. Anybody that mailed in their ballots, go to your website for your county board of elections and go to track my ballot, and you can watch the entire process. If at any time you question it or you're concerned your vote wasn't counted, give them a phone call. I'm pretty sure you can just call down and give them your information, and they'll let you know what's going on with your vote, let you know once it's been counted, let you know what's going on. There was some weird stuff that happened this week with registrations. I want to say yesterday in the Washington D.C. area, there was, which is the last day to register, at one of the inner city registration places, there was a broken power line, which made them close down the registration area for voters to get in there and vote and register to vote for the last minute. But the Washington Redskins, or whatever, the Washington football team, they opened up their building and let people come in there and be able to register there for voting. So that was kind of cool, but it is kind of weird though, right? That on the last registration day in a predominantly black area like Washington D.C., a cut line happens, So I don't know. We'll see. Erica said, I love this. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about the show or the discussion or what. I don't know. Virginia said, I dropped mine off. I don't trust any lost mail. I completely understand that. Like I said, one of the things I wanted to do was older people or people with disabilities or handicaps. I would go pick up ballots and drop them off, but then I just see how it could arise problems or trust issues in regards to what I'm doing with it, or if I got a hidden agenda or something like that, which definitely wouldn't be the case. I just want to see the process. I just want to see the process fully fulfilled. I really do. So yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all joining me as always every Wednesday, 6:30 to 7. And like I said, no show this week. If you need something, let us know. Other than that, I'll see you guys this time next week. Yeah, and that's it. Salute to the city as always. And like I said, I'm gonna play this video on the outro, and hopefully y'all enjoy. All right, be safe out there. And we'll see y'all soon.
Get your booty to the pole, 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 yeah.
Did we get your attention? Good.
So, you really not gonna vote?
You know it's more than just the president on the ballot, right? Check it.
A district attorney decides who to prosecute.
including whether or not to go after dirty cops.
Do you know who elects the DA? We do.
But you don't want to vote.
Can't make it rain if you locked up on some bullshit.
Want trades and coding taught in our schools?
Then vote for the school boards that will prepare us for the job market.
Want to end cash bail?
Well, then vote for the sheriffs and county officials that feel the same way you do.
But you talking about, oh, they gonna pick who they gonna pick, shawty.
Ferguson just elected their first black mayor.
You know how that happened?
It's clear Black lives don't matter to some of our current elected officials. If they matter to you,
Then don't let other people decide who's gonna run your community.
get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll.
Get your booty to the poll.
Get your vote, yeah, vote, stretch.
For information on how and where to vote, as well as resources to find out who's running where you live, go to getyourbootytothepoll.com.
Get your booty to the pole, get your booty to the pole, get your booty